Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's Stage Racer. It's episode 34. We've hit the proverbial wall where we're on a small Continental Pro team, but I'm too strong for Continental Pro. So, as a small team, we don't get into any big races, so we have a very weak selection in the calendar, and anytime we get something that actually matches our profile, the team is instantly just like, oh, this is going to be an automatic win for you, even if it's not, even if there's, World Tour teams loaded with talent and are going to give you a challenge and you have no support, like we had in our last race, the Mont Ventoux challenge, which we did happen to pull off the victory in that one. The problem with that, as we begin our hill climbing here, and I might need to address the elephant in the room of upping the tempo here. I seem to have drifted back, even though I'm not actually seeing any blinking red. But anyway, we win the Mont Ventoux challenge. What is our result? What is the outcome of said win? It's the proverbial, golf clap. It's the team going, yeah, you were supposed to win it, dummy. Right? That there's no actual pat on the back. There's no real reward. The manager's satisfaction, minute difference. The experience, we got 15 experience points for winning the Mont Ventoux challenge, which is one of my favorite races on the calendar. But because I was ever so slightly the favorite, the team just flat out less than thrilled by actually getting the result, because for them it was just expected. So this season's going to continue to be a hard one to do anything other than level or other than gain experience month by month by month. The team's not happy with me. They're not giving me the race opportunities I need, and when I do, they don't care whether I win or lose. They're mad when I lose, but they don't care when I win. So it's tricky. Well, anyway, it's June. Maybe a national championship could, flip things and start putting them the right way, but I have a feeling that I'm just going to have to kind of cruise through this season. Get, hopefully, a couple of opportunities to have the right race, the right circumstances, be considered a leader, and see what we can do with it. Peloton's down to 97. They're pushing, but not that hard. I mean, I'm slightly fatigued, but most of my team is still here. Delay was dropped because he crashed, not because of anything else. We're going to have a descent coming up here shortly, and then the nuts and bolts of today's race, a Category 2 climb at 5.5K, 8.7%, maxing at 14.5, and that's early in that 5-kilometer climb. So that is something that we could probably take advantage of. The only problem is the race is far from done once you're there. You still have some false flat before you then descend, and there's not that steep of a descent to it. It's not the kind of race that you can really blow up and go solo on. But we can maybe, as I'm recovering now, start bringing my 3 teammates forward. Kara way too far back. Davis is protecting me. Pedersen's in a much better place. Let's bring Pedersen forward on, say, an 82. Let's bring Blakara on his wheel if he can ever get up there. And maybe we'll just put Blakara to the back, actually. But let's wait it out for a little bit. We still have some descending to do. Wait for these guys to come up. Okay, there's Pedersen. So now we can swap this. Pedersen's going to set 85s. Blakara's going to go to the back because he's just too far off to be considered anything as of yet, but hopefully he can get up here in time. Davis is going to start moving forward. Now leading this thing out along this descent, setting us up for the climb to come. And maybe, just maybe, we can do some damage, split the field a bit, get it down to 15, 20 riders or something along those lines that will thin the field for this race overall. It's just punchy stages. There's no mountain stages. There's no time trials. But I've at least gotten co-leader status, so that's something. I do not have any bonuses of any kind. I'm on high fitness level, but not a fitness peak or objectives. I don't know why I would in a race like this. Okay, so... Okay, Blacara has made it up here too. That's good. Let's get him in behind Davis, and then we can probably start to speed this up, because we're actually about to begin climbing. And he's a punchy guy, so I want him to go punchy.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
You can see he's not even doing any damage to me at all. Blacara has made it into that gap in between. Getting through the steepest bits. Okay, that's it for Davis. Blacara doesn't look like he's got much to offer either. Get Davis off the front here. Blacara continuing on. Okay, go at a 99 pace. We're at 3.5K. Okay, let's go on to Pedersen. He's also punchy, so I can follow that kind. It's going to do some damage to me a little bit, I think, but no, not really. Not really, actually. Okay, on to my climbing, which is now 84. Now we're going to do the keep up if you can. Pedersen going to try to keep up as best he can. See Carlos Rodriguez. He's pushing. Dina's pushing. And I'm already making up that ground and not having to dig very deep. Peloton down to 71. Down to 33. Race is not done at the top here, so I can't just go super deep. But I'll take those KOM points. Little acceleration down to 6! Okay, will anybody work with me? I don't expect a stage win at all. But if we can get 6 guys half a minute up the road and stay, that's big. That's very big. 25-second gap still holding. Seeing an attack from Sivikov. Okay, I am getting support now that we are chasing. And we begin the descent. 18-second advantage over a chase group of 21, which still wouldn't be that bad if we get it down to 27 riders in contention. Okay, steeper bit coming up in a second, and we are pulling Sivikov back, maybe? Oh, we've been caught. Oh, come on. We get caught from behind, but we can't catch in front. The gap was less there.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed
Oh, Alves is here, Tolman's here, Pedersen's here, but none of them are contributing. I'm not going to have anything left for the finish. There we go. It's back together. It's back together. We contribute. Peloton of 27. Follow Vance 7. 7int. However you say his name. Pedersen's not close enough to contribute. Last 5K. Downhill. I'm not in a strong position to finish. So don't expect that to happen. The arrow's not going to do anything for me right now. I'm not going to be able to keep up. 3K to go. .3 into the final sprint. Still slightly downhill. We're just going to be in the pack here. Alves is better placed than I am. He's looking like he might be able to grab 5th unless he gets nipped by Quinn. Trentin takes the win. That makes perfect sense as he is a sprinter and can climb a bit better than others. I'm 13th on the stage, but we do have a small group of 27 that have opened up a gap over all chasers. That eliminates a lot of contenders and brings it down to a pretty small group. And amazingly, 4 of those 27 are from my team, so 3 teammates. So really, we're already looking at a top 25. And I definitely think we're still going to be in contention to do something on the following stages that actually suit us a bit more than this stage did. So, not a bad start. And now we're on stage 4 out of 5. That last stage, that was stage 3. First 2 stages were sprint stages, but I quick sim those. So when you throw in a couple quick sims where I'm always at the back, always, inevitable. I don't know why Pro Cyclist mode does that. They always have you finish right at the back of sprints, which is not good when you're considered a GC favorite. You should be finishing near the front. Even though you're not sprinting, you should still be around a top 25 on a stage. But anyway, as we go to begin the climb, even though I'm still co-leader, I'm the lowest placed of the 3 of us, or 4 of us, that are still on same time from the team. And therefore, even though I'm co-leader, I have no team support. Come on. I mean, you can see I'm right to the front. Rivera, who we were just up against here recently, is the one leading things out. And Amir Gonzalez, you got David A. Ballerini, and we're seeing a little push from these guys, and that's good. I'm glad we're seeing a little push. We're in the steepest section right now as I get caught behind Gonzalez as Gonzalez goes backwards, and it knocks me back a big step. So we're going to have to make our way forward yet again, but not too fast, not too fast. Again, Albanese kind of gets in my way. James Knox, we're seeing a little more push, a little more tempo. Rivera really making this difficult right now, which is good, which is very good. We're down to 66, and I've got plenty of energy, and now I do have some support. Now that Pedersen is gone from the group, he was the highest placed rider, and he was the one that was ultimately getting the support. But what's left? There's Alves, there's Tolman. They're not far behind. Okay, let's do this. We've got a flat sector coming as well. Tolman, I want you to get up on Alves's wheel. And I want Alves to go to the front. And I'm going to sit up for right now. Let Alves take over. There's Tolman. So let's go ahead and get on his wheel. And oh my goodness, I'm getting a little team support. Isn't it amazing? Okay, we go through this little flat sector and then we begin to climb yet again. David A. Ballerini doing the work right now, down to 44 riders. Alves, effort up, push it out. He is a punchy guy, but he's only going to be able to go so hard. 2.5K, you know what? Push harder. Push harder, Alves. Problem here is you still have a lot of flat to do after you go over the top. So you can only go so hard. But let's see what we can do. 26 riders. Can I leave them behind? I can. Chavez, Dina, and I can go clear. Half a minute already. Half a minute already. I like that. 500 meters to go. How well can we hold it over the flat? Not very well, as we have made contact with the guys behind us. But I'm going to go over the top first, pick up maximum points. That's 16 points, and I'm second behind Chavez in that classification. And Dina, the only one who wants to work with me right now. We back off maybe some of the others, and we're down to 4. So we've actually split off a few guys. Sivikov, Chavez, Dina, and I. And then 5 chasing, and then 3. We will start descending soon. Hopefully there's not an attack over this flat sector, otherwise I'll be in trouble. Back up to 5. False contribute for the moment. I'm okay if 7 catch us. 12's not a bad number along the descent. 5 is a great number along the descent. We will get some recovery once we start descending, but we have this little uphill sector. I am worried about that. And here it comes. And they are speeding up. But does anybody have the ability to attack and hurt the group? No. Does anybody get dropped? No. Chavez tries to attack, but it's too late. He senses the weakness. Oh, he does open the gap, though. I need to recover some before I can start doing anything. And that is beginning to happen now. Dina ready to work with me. Okay, last little false flat, and then it's pretty much straight downhill from here. I will have enough recovery in me soon to make it to the end, but I don't have the ability to do the acrobatic or a proper arrow. There we go. Now the recovery is on. And now guys want to contribute too. 28 second gap on the chase group. 25 seconds behind Chavez though. Alright, 5K. Let's gel up. Let's go effort up. And let's go acrobatic. Difficult area to do it. Some quick switchbacks. 2K to go. Minute 13 behind us now? No. Ooh, I've gone clear. I've gone clear. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Second on the stage. Can we hang on to it? I'm such a slow sprinter and I'm taking the wrong line. We do get second. That's worth a few seconds. Deion Smith gets second. Dina is fourth. Rodriguez, Civikov, Dunbar. This group is spread out. I would hate it if everybody gets same time. There was a good 50 seconds separating the front 11. 50 seconds separating the front 11. If the front 11 have same time, that's going to be very disappointing. 50 seconds is a lot between 11 riders. So here's to hoping we do get a little separation there. Chavez hung on that little gap that he pulled. Nobody else necessarily wanted to chase him very hard, and I needed to recover a little energy, so he was able to open that a little bit. Still, not a full leader here, but I think I will be after today. Not expected to get a result at this race either, so this one actually might be worth some XP. Front 12 all got same time. Separated by, it was about 52 seconds when James Knox, 53 seconds, 51 seconds when James Knox crossed that line. And he gets same time. Yay. But that does move me all the way up into second place with those bonus seconds. Chavez and his 10 bonus seconds is 40 seconds behind in 11th. So he was down on time on that previous stage. Okay. And Sevenant leads. That's probably a good thing because that means his team's going to have to do the work and not my team, and my team's not up to that task very well. It's only a 2-second advantage and a 6-second advantage, and then we have a top 10, really. But yeah, we've put ourselves into a very strong position, and Alves is down in 16th, 2 minutes down. Hopefully I get full leader status for the final stage and give us some sort of shot at getting a result here. Finally, we see an unexpected result, as in the team wasn't expecting this, and therefore getting second on this stage they were happy with. Remember, I won Mont Ventoux the whole race, not just getting second on a stage, which is very insignificant in comparison. And I only got 15 XP points. Here we got 18. And more manager satisfaction for what is a much smaller, not even really accomplishment, just a good day. Final stage, final 80K, just 2 climbs along the way. It does have a little surprise at the end that you wouldn't notice unless you zoom in tight and go, oh, there it is. That's gray. That final kilometer is slightly uphill, and it is cobbled, which means I'm going to really struggle at the finish line itself. But if I'm in a good place entering that cobbled section, I'll finish in the group. I'll drop back very, very quickly as I have such a poor cobble rating. I do have good stamina resistance, mountain, hills, all of that today, as I do actually have a good 0 race day condition. And we do begin the first of 2 climbs on the day, other than the little hill we went over at the beginning. But this is going at a fairly high rate of pace, so that's good. I am happy for that. That next climb, I want to make sure that the team is working really hard, trying to make life difficult, split off any riders we can, but ultimately, this is not the kind of stage that's going to split the field. It's just not. So, KOM, yeah, second. That's going to hold. Under 25s, yeah, second. That's going to hold. And the overall second, there's no way that I'm going to finish on top today because it's got that cobble finish, and I'm not a sprinter anyway, so we're not going to magically get a result here. But a crash could impact them, could impact me, you never know. But if we go for the shock and awe on this short climb, make it go real fast, you never know. You never know, we might surprise. And actually, we've got a breakaway of 5 that still have a 1.5-minute gap that we need to bring back. Despite being the leader, I was lacking control of 4 riders, and all but 2 guys were assigned as teammates. There was 2 Barradours, breakaway, whatever, do-it-yourself kind of guys, but all of a sudden I only have a single rider to follow. So that sucks. $12K to the top. If I attack, they're going to catch me, and I'm just going to waste a lot of energy. I could burn Delay up, though. Why not? Follow him. Make him do some work. Oh my gosh. Can he? Can he ride forward? Give him 90 effort, and he's going backwards behind riders instead of forwards. 8.5 kilometers, just 4%. This thing is just not steep enough. Okay, he's not even on the front. You see how hard he's working compared to these guys. He's pedaling much harder, much faster. But he's just not a very good climber. He's totally out of red bar now. Okay, 6K to go. It is down to 60 riders. Okay, he's done. He's done. I lost control of him, actually. As the group is shrinking, I'm full leader, and I still can't get team support. This game has been so cruel to me. So cruel. Okay, we finally emerge out of this. 3K to go. I've got a chance to pick up some KOM points, but it's not going to be enough to take over the lead, I don't think. But 2.5K to go. We'll push. I'd love to see the field split off a little bit more. Okay, 1.6. 1.4.
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Make life difficult. Split the field up a bit more. Down to 50. Over the top first. Still 5 points down. Still only good enough for second place. But we did split the field. 43. I could try to use the arrow and do all of that, but it's not going to do any good. As there's a big long flat section, and I'm not going solo through there. No teammate control for Tolman and Alves, so I'm stuck. And here comes a late attack. Ramirez, Chavez. They don't have great downhill ratings. Why are they pulling little gaps like this? Okay, it's back together.
There's now just 10 kilometers left.
Wow, we're at the bottom. It's not technically back together, is it? Still on follow. Orkin blocks me off, though. Now, all of a sudden, we're down to 25, chasing 3 with 8 kilometers to go. I'm still in a chase thing. Alves now offering protection. Wow, okay. Tolman apparently was the one stealing the thunder on the day. Still chasing 2 riders. 6. And Tolman's back, and I lost Alves. Excuse me. Final 6K. Let's gel up.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
Okay, use the arrow to try to get forward. 4K to go. I get blocked off by Ballerini. Something that's happening way too much to me right now.
Gave them no chance.
Remember, final kilometer is a cobbled sector. I've got to watch out for that. This is the last hill right here. So now we can push. Get to the front. 66 riders together. We're going to hit the final kilometer, and it's a little downhill. Sprint it out. I had to save a little bit for the cobbles because it's going to drain me very, very fast. Luckily, it was only 800 meters. Gaviria, Ballerini, Metkovic. Those guys not in contention, so I will hang on to second place. Van Sevenant is ahead of me in 10th. I'm 13th, so he's going to hang on to the overall race lead. But second place overall is a good result. It's also a very unexpected result. Second in the KOM, second in the under 25s, also unexpected results. Hopefully today nets a fair amount of experience because we're just not getting much of that anymore. Level wise, yeah, we're good, but you know, we could absolutely be better. And eventually we're going to be World Tour. Maybe next season. I don't know. I don't have much in terms of teammates to bring the team average up high enough to get us into World Tour. And as predicted, all of those second places do net a pretty healthy result. 50 points of progression, now just 7 away from our next level. Also 16% manager satisfaction, bringing us from the low mid-70s where we've been hovering for a couple months to back into a decent range at 94%. Also just in time, a few days before the national championships begin. Chance to go grab some more manager satisfaction and the points of progression we need to hit our next level. Maybe just in time for those national championships, a little boost, make it that much more likely that we could get some sort of result. Time trial, I like our chances as one of the favorites. The road race, I have no idea what kind of profile we're in for yet. Hopefully we can get something at least with a bit of hills, if not a climb, a proper climb. Oh, that'd be amazing, but there isn't. The US doesn't have a national championship, any that are proper climbs, but they do have a couple versions that are just punchy enough that I think we could absolutely contend, but I don't think we're going to be a favorite. This season might not be going the way I want it to go, but that's not to say that it's going poorly. We just moved from 8th place into 1st in the Continental rankings on 620. I'm only a single point clear. It's not going to hold. It's temporary, even though I know there's so much more that we could be doing in the right races, with the right teammates, with the right role. That's not saying that we're actually doing bad. Like I said, we're in a very good place overall. But if we were really that good, we'd be a lot higher than 33rd in the Super Prestige rankings with fewer points here. But that really comes down to the fact that we're not getting any World Tour racing in because we were a team that just qualified for Continental Pro this season, and we've had very few looks at the World Tour. For that, I can't wait for next season. But for this, it'll do. It'll do for now. And we've just got to make the way through the rest of this season to make that all come together. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.